Welcome to AI TV. This year we're broadcasting live from AI Expo Africa 2020 online edition. Online because of COVID, presented us with challenges, but also opportunities. And one of those opportunities is to invite more international delegates and companies to our event. And we were very lucky this year to get support from the Dutch Embassy in South Africa. And they took an international pavilion within our virtual conference center. And within that pavilion, they hosted, I think, 12 Dutch companies doing all sorts of things. And we're very lucky today to welcome Sjoerd Leemhuis, who's the CEO and founder of Owlin, a company that analyzes globally news around the world. So welcome to AI TV. Tell us a little bit about your company, Owlin, and what you guys do.
Thank you. Thank you for the great introduction as well, Nick. And it was a pleasure also to be at your event, although virtual, but I think it for us, it really did the trick as well. And I think with Owlin, we look at news all over the world in all different types of languages. And then we apply natural language processing, which is a combination of AI and machine learning techniques and also some rule-based techniques to analyze what's happening in the world. And we serve a lot of banks, asset managers, but also payment service providers to analyze their portfolio. Because if companies, for instance, go bust, or if there is a fraud case, or if we see in certain sectors that there are more bankruptcies than usual, then these are signals that we can get from the news and that we highlight and we display immediately to our clients. And this information also travels faster than, for instance, annual reports or ratings. So it's very complementary in risk management processes, but also in to spot opportunities, and especially right now in the current developments. And that's what we sell globally to a big variety of clients.
Well, that's fascinating technology. I mean, to think now that you can, I think everyone's fairly familiar with sentiment analysis and, looking at things like Twitter feed and social media, but to be analyzing all those fields, sources of information in real time and then serving that information up. I'm assuming that Owlin, there's a dashboard for your clients to look at with notifications. How does your client then access that information?
Yeah, so I think nowadays everything is accessed via APIs. So if you don't have an API in a business-to-business SaaS company, you probably will run out of business. But so of course we have an API, but we also visualize our API with a beautiful dashboard, which our users use as well. And so we don't really throw news or a lot of information to our users. We really throw the analysis at them. So we can give you charts and graphs of, hey, where do we see the most bankruptcy chatter? Which companies are most at risk? Where do we see the most board changes? And this is being consumed by different types of portfolio managers along the financial sector.
So how long have you guys been in business?
We started the company back in 2012, but I think we're a tech company, so we first had to productize and build a technology stack. And but we got our first pilot clients in also immediately in 2012, 2013. But we really became commercially active the year after. And now we have about 60 clients all over the world, ranging from we're based here in Amsterdam in the Netherlands, but our clients are based in the United States, in London, in Singapore, in Brazil, and hopefully also soon in a couple in Africa.
Well, that's brilliant. Look, hopefully, the whole idea about AI Expo Africa is buyers and suppliers coming together, people looking for new technology solutions to solve problems, and then obviously people like you who are providing those solutions. The international pavilion concept was new for this year. It's not new in the events industry. It's been around a long time. But I'm really glad that we were able to showcase so many companies from the Netherlands through the embassy relationship that we have locally. In terms of your own profile at the show, did you manage to meet some potentially new clients?
Yeah, most definitely. So what as I said, right, it was a bit new when everyone had to get a bit used to the concept of meeting online. But you could browse through your booth, and you could browse people that were entering the platform. They could find our booth by clicking to the pavilion and coming to our place. And I think it was a great success. We had over 50 visitors, and we had way more downloads also, because we have been able to make sure that people could download either a white paper, or they could download also a product catalogus. And we've seen many people downloading those. So I think if you talk about efficiency on, and also if you see, we had also some guys online the whole day. They received questions, and you could immediately chat back and forth. So I think it was a concept that worked pretty well. And I think we were all forced into this format also because of Corona. But I definitely think that this is something that might stay.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think we're still analyzing the data. I mean, as the event hosts, we probably need Owlin to tell us what's going on within the event, but there's so much data that we've got. But I mean, yeah, we can look at most popular talks, most popular booths. I mean, actually, when we looked at the most popular booths, it's really interesting to see that some of the startups were just as popular as the big guys like Microsoft and UiPath. And I think that's testimony also to the fact that, you know, for a startup, we have a different pricing mechanism. We make it really low cost for organizations that are smaller to join us. And yet you're getting the same sort of profile as a larger vendor. So yeah, that's something we're really happy about. I think we've had 77,000 unique visits. We had over 2,000 registered delegates. So the show runs on. It runs on now to the 3rd of October. And there'll probably be a few more people that will come to the booth. The great thing is you can leave it in an offline mode, and people can still download your white papers and information about your products. So Sjoerd, it's just great to meet you and on your business, and to hear that you got such good value. If I could just say, what were the 3 main takeaways from the show for you, and where do you see you know, the future really for your particular platform in the industry? What sort of new clients are you looking for now?
Yeah, so I think what you start to see is that in the beginning, a lot of the companies started talking about AI, and but there were very little real life examples of AI in action. And one of my takeaways is that you can really see the number of concrete use cases and examples where people have success with AI is really taking off and is increasing. And I think it's the same counts also for us, right? I think the takeaway and also stuff that we learned is the market of AI is also really global, and that we also have got some direction on our own product development roadmap, because we see there's a lot of unstructured data, not only living in news, but also, for instance, in a lot of other research reports available out there. And also a lot of internal documents available within organizations. So the AI really helps us to leverage all the power of the unstructured information. So we have seen that there's a great amount of companies that have a lot of information, a lot of textual and written information, and that's also for us there to analyze and to turn that from data more into insights and stuff that you can use to bring your company to the next level. So and the last takeaway, of course, is that actually having online conferences really works.
Well, Sjoerd, it's great to hear that positive feedback, not only for your own product roadmap and where your business is going, but hopefully also for the future of how we can do international business and connect people with you know, buyers and suppliers together in the future. So it just leaves me to say thank you very much for joining us today from the Netherlands, and for such a great and interesting product and service that Owlin is offering. I'm sure that many more people are going to want to stop by the booth and find out what you're doing. But hopefully it'll all work out well for you, and we'll see you next year through the embassy again. So thanks for joining us and taking the time to talk to us on AI TV.
Thank you. And see you next year.